State rolls in to take on the Tide. The Seminoles last year knocked Alabama for a loop in the season opener. Reese Davis, Jesse Palmer, and David Pollack with you. Let's go down to the field in Hollywood.
Well, as you can imagine, Florida State against Alabama has a lot of connotations here in college football. Alabama had to survive that opening week loss that was so embarrassing. Kalen DeBoer says that was the thing that drove them all season long, eventually making the college football playoff. But keep in mind, these players might want a little revenge as Florida State takes on Alabama. Back to you.
Alabama about to kick off to get things started. And he takes this from inside the 5. Just able to get out to the 18-yard line on the return before he stopped. So Florida State's offense comes onto the field first today. There's the dangerous Deuce Robinson. And what a treat to see a couple of pass catchers like this, each taking their shot to make big plays.
We've got two receivers playing in this game, two of the best in the entire country. Two guys who had an opportunity to go to the next level, but they came back because they knew they had a chance to compete for a national championship. And now, David, we get this game where these guys are going to go head-to-head. They're seniors. They know the system. They have great chemistry with their quarterbacks, and they're ready to put on a show.
Man, if you don't think they're peeking over to the other side every time they're not on the field, you are absolutely wrong. This is that kind of showdown. This is draft stock jockey, right? This is Politnikoff at the end of the season. They want to make a name for themselves. Who is the best wide receiver? No better opportunity than to do it head-to-head, and we got that stage today.
Stumbled to the ground.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. To throw, it's Daniels. Fires to the wideout. He makes a catch. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36.
Wow, and what a great job by that quarterback finding his open receiver on third down. You know, guys, one of the most telling stats at the end of the game is third down conversion percentage. If you're a great third down team, it's invaluable to your offensive success, and that's why teams drill third down so much in practice.
Finding some room. Stopped at the 47 after a 10-yard gain.
It's just not easy to bring this guy down, is it? He is so dangerous once he gets the ball in his hands, and it makes me think back to old great Seminole running backs like Warwick Dunn, Travis Minor, a guy that I used to play against. How about Dalvin Cook even? Just guys that could make the first guy miss, and then they were able to just explode and burst and take it the distance. This guy right here, he is a unique talent.
You know, as a defense, you kind of want to force the give on the RPO. You want them to run the football, and you can tell maybe the quarterback wishes he pulled this. Small gain, but some information you gathered maybe for the next time you get to run an RPO.
They're dealing with a second and long. Looking to fire. Zings it complete to the right. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. Looks as if there is a Seminole still down on the field. That's the sophomore running back they're taking a look at, and Holly Rowe will let us know what's going on the sideline. It'll be third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Plucks it out of the air. Inside the 40-yard line and out of bounds at the 39.
And Reese, obviously you were talking about this guy earlier, and listen, you don't have to overthink this thing on offense, right? Just get our best playmaker the football as often as we can. And there they do a really good job of pushing it down the field. They find the matchup they wanted, David, and right out of the gate, it's an explosive play on offense.
Well, and we were so interested in talking about the matchup of this football game. Could they cover this guy? Or do they have to start doing something different, whether it's double teams, whatever they're looking to try to accomplish? So far, it's not a surprise the offense won. Now, defensively, what's going to be my answer? Because I can't let that guy beat me for a full football game. Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Good timing on the quick out. Oh, he's got some space. A likely touchdown-saving tackle, but the catch and run takes it down to the 7.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our...
He's going for the goal line. And he's in. Pounded his way in for the score. Touchdown, Seminoles.
And you can't draw it up any better. How do you shut a home crowd up? One of the best crowds in college football. You come in on the first drive and you handle your business. You get in the end zone. Palmer, this place was going absolutely berserk, and strangely, one possession in, it got really quiet.
That was really impressive from an execution standpoint, too. Obviously, you script those plays on your first possession. You practice them all week. It was so important, especially in this game, because you're right. This is one of the most hostile environments in all of college football. We've seen these fans, when they get rolling, it's like a tidal wave, and they just engulf teams and take games over. Great job by the offense early, executing and quieting this crowd down.
Quarterback stands alone, all wide receivers. Throwing Russell. That's caught. It's Rodgers. He's knocked out of bounds, but not before he gets it to the 25.
And that's the start you need on offense, right? The opening drive of the game, your defense allows a touchdown, so you got to come out firing, and it's good news to see the quarterback dialed in. Good read, good timing, accurate throw. It's a big-time completion, but still work to be done. This offense obviously would like to answer that touchdown with one of their own.
The first thing you have to do to make these plays successful offensively is I have to block the edge. I got to get my speedster in space. They didn't do a good job of getting that guy out there in space where he could really use his jets. Nice job by the defense understanding it, seeing it, rallying to it, and tackling that guy for a loss.
Quick completion on the out. He'll be forced out of bounds right at the 30-yard line as they try to grind out some room.
Hey, man, that's a frustrating end to that play. And I say that, man, because you need to give me everything you have. Like, I can't run out of bounds. I got a chance to maybe get the first down, lower my shoulder, be physical. My team needs a couple more yards to get the first down, and dude chose to run out of bounds.
They'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. Florida State comes out ready to put something together on this drive. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. The run inside. It's Singleton. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
They go right back to him. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle.
Man, not much wiggle room for the ball carrier there.
Not really sure what they can do to try to create some space.
I know. Block better. How about the offensive line to push some guy backwards and make some holes?
The Tide crowd rolling noise down on the Saban field on 3rd down. Back to throw, it's Daniels. Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down.
Well, after giving up that touchdown on the opening drive, they had a little bit of a come to Jesus with their defensive coordinator on the sideline. I don't know what he said, but he, I think, just invoked the fear of God into this defense, because this 3 and out has been sensational, dominant. This is the way they've got to play moving forward.
The Alabama offense coming onto the field. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. Russell on play action. using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. QB got it himself, turning it on. And after the huge scramble, he slides and gets down. Terrific run to get out of trouble. Alabama quickly back to the line.
How nice is it to be an offensive coordinator and you call a pass play, but your guy turns it into an explosive run? Like, that is so much fun to call. Good protection up front, but he just sees space so well. They drop back.
Makes the grab and room to run. He was smelling that end zone, but they get him down at the 4 after the big pass play.
This offense can get a lot of yards, and it doesn't take a lot of plays. You've seen that here. They have speed, and speed. It kills you. And if guys get a little bit of space, they just gobble up yards. They've had the defense completely on their heels, and now they're all the way backed up against their own goal line.
He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line.
First down and goal, I bet you the percentages are really high for run, and this defense was ready for it. They got to match the physicality right here, right now in this situation.
They'll try to run it in. He just carries it face long into a brick wall and has nothing to show for it again. We've come to the end of the period, and Florida State has the lead. Let's take a look at the numbers through the first quarter. Lots of time left, and we're ready to get back to it and open the second period. They'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone. Russell. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Oh, you know what time it is when the defense gets that stop on 3rd down. Fist up in the air. Nice job getting to the quarterback, putting some pressure on him, hitting him, forcing the incompletion.
And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown time.
4th and goal, gotta have it. Who do you go to? You give it to your playmaker. You give it to your quarterback. You trust him. You trust him handling the football. He does what he's supposed to do, gets downhill, makes the 4th down conversion, and they get in for 6.
And he knocks the extra point through the uprights. On the run from inside his own 5. Tackled and brought down right at the 20-yard line. Good coverage there. All right, guys, here comes the Florida State offense onto the field. Last time they had it, didn't pick up a first down. Let's see if they can put something together here. Running inside. It's Singleton. Got enough for the first. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
What a run, man. I tell you what, it's hard to pop runs. It's hard to get 3, 4, 5, 6 yards a lot of times. But when you got backs like this who can make huge plays with the speed, getting out in the open field, can take it the distance on every play, defenses are scared out of their mind.
To the air, it's Daniels. Here's the pressure. Trying to get away. Nice run there. Picks up a few, and they'll force him out of bounds.
And this is the hard part about being on defense and choosing whether to be conservative or bring the blitz. They bring the blitz, he sees it, and that's what he does really well. Sees it and immediately makes a decision, gets to some green grass, and gets a positive gain for this offense.
And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front?
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
On 3rd and short, they'll ride the running back here. Maybe some room here. Just what they'd hoped for on 3rd down as they've got a first at the 32.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
My job is to make sure that ball comes loose, and I got to go through that guy, use my shoulder pad, drive my feet, really be physical, because if he bobbles it at all, or as soon as his hand
Breaks into the open.
I think the OC would have been really happy with a small gain and an easier third down. But how about the effort by the running back to get this close? He saw the first down marker, tried to get to it, got close enough now where it's an easy situation on third down and shoot. And I got fourth down in my pocket if I want to go for it.
They've got it just outside the red zone. They'll move the chains. It's at the 21.
And I like the bounce back for this offense. You go 3 and out, they don't get frustrated. They don't get down. Nice job going back to the drawing board, creating some good plays. Now here in a rhythm, moving the football.
Looking to throw, it's Daniels. Got his man. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
And as a quarterback, when you're throwing these slant routes against man coverage, location is so important. You want to put the football in a place that your receiver can catch the ball and continue advancing. So nice job by that QB, putting the football right on the face mask of his wide receiver.
He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here. This crowd knows they have to bring it in big moments, and one of those has arrived. Snap from the gun on third down. Throws to the wideout. Can't make the grab, and this offense, which has been brilliant this season on third down, doesn't convert this time. And they'll send out the field goal unit. This whole place going to see if this kicker can operate in a sea of noise. That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Perfect. And with that field goal, they now have the lead.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
He'll start the return inside his 5. He'll be stopped short of the 20-yard line on the return. They'll mark him at the 19. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. They'll open this drive, looking to move it down the field. A touchdown would give them the lead. Wide receiver comes in motion. Keelan Russell. Grabbed behind the line. It's Hill. And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chains. Alabama pushing the tempo.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that first down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that. You got to get lined up, and you got to communicate.
They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
To the air, it's Russell. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. Nice run there to keep things moving before they force him out of bounds.
Hey, man, this defense, they look a little bit frustrated. Like, he's done this time and time again here in the first half, and it's still early in this football game, but they got to find an answer for his legs. Like, he's chewing up too many yards, making too many big plays. Got to find a way to make him one-dimensional and make some bad things happen when he tries to take off and run the football.
Got his man. That'll be enough for the first down, and they'll mark it at the 48.
Hey, man, that's unbelievable. That is a really good job of seeing the blitz right away and getting rid of the football. Like, that is quarterback 101. Understand they're blitzing, they're coming, see it, take advantage of it, get the completion, and move the sticks.
And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing game.
Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Hill. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman. This feels like 4-down territory, 3rd and short from the 40. Throwing Russell. Completes it in the middle. Really nice job to convert that 3rd down, and they've got it at the 33. The Crimson Tide rolled to that last 1st down on the ground. Let's see if they go right back to the run. They go play action with Russell. Pocket breaking down. Finds his back in the middle. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Looking for space. It's Hill. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
That's such a great physical play by the defense because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country, and we're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction. Not that time. It's the big guys up front on defense getting penetration, and they're sending him back for a tackle for loss.
The Crimson Tide looking for a big play to convert on 3rd down. Russell. He'll take a shot. And he got a hand on it to knock it down in the end zone.
And the offense got themselves in a tough situation. 3rd and long, so hard to execute, especially when the field starts to shrink. But the good news is they got a field goal in their back pocket.
And they'll have to settle for a field goal try. He boomed it through a 50-yard field goal, showing off that powerful leg.
How about it? 50-plus, no problem. Big leg, nice accuracy. That's a big-time kick for this young man.
On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Seminoles offense comes out ready to get this drive started. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. Back to throw, it's Daniels. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. Touchdown, Crimson Tide! How about this defense taking one back to the house?
You practice these moments as a defense, but you never know when they're going to come to fruition. But how about it? The scoop, the ball's on the turf. They scoop it up, they take it to the house. The defense takes care of business and said, offense, we don't need you. We'll put points on the board.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break to build momentum, Jesse.
But you've also had some miscues on offense, a big part of why you're losing the game right now. I'd take my adjustments and come out ready in the 2nd half.
Yeah, I'm going to take it into halftime too, Palmer. But I'm trying to put some points up right here. Be aggressive, set the tone, be like, hey, listen, this is what you're going to get in the 2nd half, so find something really quickly you can go to.
Lining up from the 34 on 1st down. Wants to throw it again. Hit hard as he released the ball on that 1st down pass, and it never had a chance.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the 1st half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the 2nd half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
So now it's 2nd and long. Couldn't connect on 1st down, now back to the air. With the catch, it's Singleton. They're at their fastest tempo trying to get off this 3rd down play. Looking to throw, it's Daniels. Fires toward the target. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a fourth down. And the Seminoles will call on their punt team. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. And the ball hits at the 3 and gets into the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. The run inside. It's Hill. Got to be smart, patient, great vision. Uses all of that to get to the 29. And they head to the locker room. 2 quarters in the books, and time for us now to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football studio with scores from around the country.
Men, thanks. A busy day, so let's waste no time and get you updated on Week 3 action around college football. Let's begin with the West Virginia Mountaineers taking on the number 21 team, the Virginia Cavaliers. And it's West Virginia looking for a second win after the opening week loss. So far, so good. They lead this one in the first half. Here now, some other games you may have interest in, and social media has some sharp opinions about the state of things right now. And now over to your game at Bryant-Denny Stadium. We've been treated to one special performance on the ground from both teams, gouging the opposing defenses for big chunks of yardage. Why throw it when you've got rushing attacks like these?
The Seminoles will line up to kick off and start the second half. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Tide ready to roll on offense. First play from scrimmage, and they'll keep it on the ground. Makes a stop in the backfield. He'll lose 4.
And if this defense wants to get back in the football game, they've got to match the physicality of this offense. And that's a great start here in the second half. Like coming out, not letting them run the football, being the more physical and more aggressive team.
Fights off a defender. Here's a little room there. A really productive run gets it up to the 31-yard line before he goes out of bounds. And they'll line up from the 31 on first down. Grabbed behind the line. It's Rogers. Alabama with a multitude of options on second and short. Off the RPO, complete. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short.
This slot receiver gives defensive coordinators nightmares. You have got to double him virtually on every pass play. He better have safety help over top. Otherwise, this guy's a threat to score every time they throw the ball.
That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on third down.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him. But this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. Okay, guys, the Florida State offense returns to the field. So they get the ball back after the defense forces a punt. I'm sure they tried to make some adjustments at halftime after a little bit of a rocky first half. On the run, it's Singleton. Finds his way ahead for 3 out to the 16.
You got to love the physicality up front by the defense there, allowing only a minimal gain. These are big bodies on the D-line. They eat up blocks, allow the linebackers to run free and make stops.
They'll keep it on the ground. Tripped up for the tackle. Well,
this running back has had a pretty good day so far in this game, and I think the key right now is for the defense to find a way to slow him down. He had a good run 2 plays ago. The defense gets the TFL on this one. I think you got to change up your fronts defensively and try to give this offensive line different alignment looks to see if they can confuse him.
They've got him then deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. Scanning the field, it's Daniels. Here comes the heat. He's going for it all. Oh, it's picked off. What a bad time for a mistake like that.
There were a lot of people really excited about what this guy could do. Some were saying he could be an All-American, and he's proving them right. That's already his 2nd interception early in this college football season. Offenses are going to figure it out. They're going to stop throwing this guy's way. You just get in trouble when you try.
They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
They're trying to run the football, and there's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Keelan Russell. Fires to the middle. Got a man. It's Rodgers. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22. Passing game kept the drive moving. Here's 1st down. Defense showing blitz. Will they bail out of it? Quick release by the QB. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Yeah, and really nice job seeing the middle of the field. Seeing I can go deep and attack the middle of the field. And you can tell he runs a post, ball's right on him, catches the football, and then gets to gallop right into the end zone for a touchdown.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And he did get that extra point through the slippery surface, no problem. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And the scoring play comes on a touchdown pass from 22 yards out. And he takes this from inside the 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Let's go down to the sideline and Holly.
Checking in from the Seminoles sideline, I can see the coaches imploring their team right now. This has to be a turning point. Turning it over on that last drive, it could get out of hand if they don't make something happen right now. You see the coaches and players coming together to try to get that momentum back. I'll keep you posted on if that swings here in their favor. Back to you.
Appreciate that, Holly. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking to throw, it's Daniels. Picked off. What a play to set him up. Not much on that return, but I think they'll let him slide after making that pick, and they'll have it at the 20.
Coming out of the tunnel in the 3rd quarter, this quarterback now is really struggling with his decision-making. 2 picks here in the 3rd quarter. This looks like Jekyll and Hyde from what we saw in the 1st half.
Well, and the bad thing is they're going to be in passing situations. They're coming from behind. They're going to need him to play better. Like, he's going to have to read the field better and make some plays if they want to get back in this football game.
They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the 2nd half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that last throw. Otherwise, this offense is just going to go up and down the field.
Crisp execution in the passing game, and they've got it down to the 3.
So difficult because my eyes tell me as a defensive guy, he's handing it off. The offensive line's block and run. I got to go get it. Quarterback pulls it, throws it to the right. It's kind of like that hidden hat game. Like, where's the ball? I'm always trying to find that daggone thing.
And he'll lose yardage on this play. Loses 2 yards. Great job by the defense.
Yeah, and I tell you what, I love the run game down here. I love being able to give it to a back and be able to trust him. Listen, he doesn't have any touchdowns on the season, so I know he's wanting to punch one in. And down here, giving me the opportunity. Let me prove myself, so I love the big fella getting the football.
And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
Well, you haven't seen a ton of incompletions in this game, and that's good news for this QB. Obviously, he struggled his last game out. Part of that was the defense. Part of that was him not playing as well as he wanted to. But in this game, he really has been, for the most part, locked in, and that is a good sign for this offense.
He splits the uprights, and that lead grows even bigger.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. Trailing now by 17, David. This is an opportunity that they need to answer.
And down by 17, it's not panic mode yet. Like, I know we just gave up some points and our defense hasn't played great, but I think this offense can still be who they are and stay consistent.
No doubt, lots of football to go, but you do get the feeling this is the time of game where, it could get bad. If you don't score and all of a sudden they get the ball back, they take it down the field and put some points up, this thing might be over. So absolutely, this quarterback, he wants to drive this offense down the field and at least put something on the board.
Could not make his way to the corner.
Yeah, nice job by the defense. That's what you're supposed to do. As soon as they catch the football, you want to limit that yards after the catch. And he went nowhere after the catch. Nice job by the defense.
If every journey begins with a step, this offense needs to step into a third down conversion and then try to turn it into some scores, and fast. He wants to go deep. And he throws his third pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. Good gain on the return, and this defense has set them up with a big play.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his second of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. They had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp here, Dave.
Yeah, and listen, I think the first part was the most important part. You got to put the drive together first to get down there. Now, when we get down there, focus on execution and getting 6 points.
On the ground with the counter. Might have a chance. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening. We'll get a stoppage here for an injured player for the Tide. Now on 1st and 10 from the 27. Russell on play action. Grabbed in the middle. It's Edwards. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion. Alabama with a 1st and 10 here. Off play action. Finds his big tight end. That completion gets them inside the 10, and the defense is running out of room to defend.
Got like that big, reliable security blanket. And that's what tight ends are a lot of the times. They're just usually big, huge guys that if I throw it anywhere near him, he's going to pluck it, catch it, and give me some positive yards.
And the defense makes a big hit and knocks him down.
And it's been a struggle for the run game for this offense. Man, this is something they hang their hat on. You saw last week, you saw the highlights, and just give it to the running back. Let him do his thing. Haven't been able to get him going. I don't know what's going on, but they got to find a way to get their talented back some space so he can make some plays.
Russell from the gun on 3rd down. Touchdown, Alabama! And the beatdown has ensued. No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead.
And it started with their offense. They put them in a bye, man. They're already trailing, needed a good possession here in this 3rd quarter to cut into the lead. What do? They turn the football over, short side of the field. Their defense doesn't hold, and this game is getting out of hand.
What kind of field position can he help them with on the return? Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. Wants to throw. It's Daniels. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line.
And we call his name again. This is the same guy. Remember, he had the defensive touchdown already. Now getting in the backfield, getting to the quarterback, getting the sack. He's been all over the field today.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Unloads to the wideout. Catch in the middle. It's Robinson. Gets it out to the 27-yard line, and they'll move the chains for a first down. When you play receiver for this guy, you better be ready to catch the football. He spread it all over the place through the first 3 periods. So first down will open up the final period. Wants to throw it again. With the catch, it's Robinson.
Well, and here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed the clock. It's going to be hard now for this offense to claw their way back in this one.
He just missed the target on that one. Got to put it on his body.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and fourth down's coming.
And unfortunately, man, another incompletion. This offense is just running out of time. Like, they've just not put it together, trailing.
Look at this, guys. The offense appears to be going for it from their own side of the field. Wants to adjust the pattern. On fourth down, trying to find his man. Can't make the connection, and the defense gets him. Stop.
Listen, with the aggressiveness of offenses and taking chances, a lot of times it's going to put your defense in a hole. And this defense is going to have to come through in the clutch right here because you're trailing. They can't get more scores. They got to get a stop on this possession, and the offense is going to have to do better than they just did.
He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. The Crimson Tide can dig into that playbook here on second and short. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. A little less room to work with now as the ball's at the 28, and it's third and long. Makes the catch. He was fighting and struggling his way, trying to get that first down. Instead, they'll be faced with fourth. And here comes the field goal unit. This kicker has already made a couple today. Dead center perfect. And they'll push that lead out a little further.
And they just tack on more points to this big lead. Listen, fourth quarter was sitting extremely pretty. All we got to do, not give up big plays, make them earn everything they get the rest this way, and we looking pretty good.
Florida State comes out ready to put something together on this drive. We'll see if that failed fourth down in their own end last time, David, sort of curbed some of the aggressiveness.
Well, you hear about it all the time in football. Go for it. Be aggressive. The problem is when you get stopped, sometimes it puts you in a hole. And, Jesse, now the offense has to come out and respond.
They were real disappointed not getting that first down. You can see it on the sideline. So let's just see if that's kind of galvanized them a little bit here to go make a statement and get some points.
To the air, it's Daniels. Fires to the big fella. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. Looks as if there is a Seminole still down on the field. Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the second half. It's 1st and 10. Wants to go right back downfield. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. After the incomplete pass, there is a player down on the field. Looks as if it's their senior quarterback who's down on the play, and that is a guy they can ill afford to lose. We'll have Holly check on his condition shortly. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Complete. They were able to get him stopped just shy of the first down mark.
Man, these wide receivers are so athletic out wide now. You're so worried about getting beat deep. And these slant routes, that could be a good changeup. I mean, just a couple steps, stick your foot in the ground, come inside. It might not be huge gains all the time, but, man, it keeps that DB off balance.
That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. Hold on a minute. The offense still out there going for it in their own territory. They're throwing for it on 4th down. Catches it past the sticks and still on his feet. Runs through a man, and he might have some space. He's got enough for the first down, and they roll the dice and convert to keep this drive going.
This has been a frustrating day. I mean, they haven't moved the ball consistently, and now you get a play, but they haven't put 2 and 3 and 4 plays together, and that's why they're trailing in this football game. So maybe they can find some kind of a rhythm here late in the game and get something cooking.
Looking for a chunk play on 2nd and short. Here's a heat. Under heat, and he gets rid of it. He just threw that one away. Nobody was getting open. He had to live to fight another play in the red zone. It'll be 3rd down. The Seminoles come to the line needing just inches for the first down. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. That'll be enough for a first down, and they've got it at the 16-yard line.
And the offense runs the football, and they get the first down. And you kind of get the feeling they've already gone for it on 4th down once. Like, they're going to do it again. And that just puts so much pressure on a defense. Like, to play an extra snap over and over again is really, really difficult. This offense appears to be in an aggressive mode.
Well, the defense really stepped up in this game. They knew they had to slow down this passing attack. They knew they had some matchups they were going to have to win one-on-one. They've been able to do that, and as a result, they haven't allowed 200 passing yards in this game.
Back to pass, it's Daniels. He rumbles all the way down to the 2-yard line. He gave a little bit of everything on that one.
And they're going to need a lot more of this to get back in this football game. They're trailing. They're trying to make plays. I like the decision-making of the young man, though. Don't force the football. We already got to make big plays. The defense knows it, too. Nice job pulling it down, scrambling, getting the first down. Now you got to keep it going.
If at first you don't succeed, try again. I wouldn't be surprised if they just turn around and hand it off to him again here on 2nd.
They give him the rock again on 2nd and goal. Brought down short of the end zone, and that'll bring up 3rd and goal. Defense has to be frustrated. The offense keeps matriculating the ball down the field. Just hammer it with this running back again, and he noses his way into the end zone.
Well, it's a nice job there executing the run play and getting in for the score, but you got to wonder, guys, is it too little too late? They're still trailing by a ton here in the 4th quarter.
And the extra point was good to finish things off. That is what they mean when they say ball control, a 14-play touchdown drive. And it was closed out by the short yardage touchdown. They'd hoped to get that thing bouncing around, but the hands team is able to corral it.
And listen, it's getting late in the game. It's in the fourth quarter, and they got to make something happen when you're down by this much. But tell you what, this onside kick went like the defense and the offense is gone for this day. It's just underwhelming, not successful, just been a bad day.
Stopped in the backfield, and that'll be a loss of 2.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they have this game in hand right now, but we'll see just how aggressive they want to be on offense. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. They'll run it to keep the clock moving. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down.
These situations are preached so much in college football. Finishing a game strong, understanding circumstances. They are running the football right at you, trying to keep that clock moving. Get a few first downs.
Got a little grass. Oh, he got loose. Touchdown, Bama! And the punishment has been extended. They push the lead out here in the fourth quarter and close to getting back on track and going 2-1. Beep, beep, beep. You know what that is? That's the garbage truck unloading the garbage time points right now.
And those garbage time points do count, though. And you're still playing the game, keep fighting, but it is that time when it's over, and nobody's really paying attention. Nobody's listening to me, or you, Reese, which is not necessarily a bad thing.
On the run from inside his own 5. Tackled and brought down at the 16-yard line after the return. All right, guys, here comes the Florida State offense onto the field. Not a lot to feel great about in this with Jesse, but I'm sure they'll try to seek out some positives.
Well, this might be an opportunity, too, Reese, to go back when they watch this game and just find the plays and the schemes that were working. There weren't a lot, obviously, David, but maybe an opportunity for the coaching staff to condense the playbook.
I was going to say, there's not a lot of good to go back to. That'd be a quick film session because there was more negatives than positives. But when you look at this week you've got a week to figure it out, figure out what your offense is going to be moving forward.
This offense plenty happy enough with the result of that play, so they just let the official put that flag back in his pocket and decline the penalty. Dropping back, it's Daniels. The sure hands, it's Lopez. They get him at the 42, but he picked up 10 there.
Man, that quarterback knew that was a tiny window to throw into, and he just showed off his cannon of an arm.
The Noles will line it up on 1st and 10. Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game today.
Stopped at the 47-yard line, a 10-yard gain, and they'll move the markers. The Seminoles, after moving the sticks through the air, come to the line. Under fire. Going to throw it over the top of the D. A sensation. On the field there as they try to at least put a positive spin on the end of this game. Timeout is called with just a single second left. After this, it'll be a wrap. Quarterback making adjustments. Wants to throw on 1st down. Going for it all. And the throw and catch was good, but you got to do it in the field of play, and he couldn't quite keep that foot in bounds. Well, they say you win a few, you lose a few, and some get rained out.